Welcome back, my mystics. And so today we're going to do a zodiac reading, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently. The way I'm going to do this is I had an idea in my head, and we're going to do a cross spread with Lenormand. We're going to blend a little bit. And I'm going to read it by the sign, by the element, not by the signs separately. And we're going to kick it off with a cross, north, south, east, and west. And then the central card is more of the theme and the spirit of the read, okay? And so to kick this off, let's go ahead and do that. All right. So the way it's going to work is the card in the middle is really for everybody, and so it's going to show you how things relate to the collective. All right. And so the center is around the spirit, and it's all around justice. So it's telling us that right now is a time that everybody needs to kind of get back in check and get back in balance. So there's something out of whack. And I'm hearing a lot of things online too about people feeling that right now things just aren't really working out very well. And justice comes up. All right. And that's also an 11, which means you got to tap into your intuition to really move through it. And then what's blocking the energy is the King of Cups. It's like it's emotional, right? And the King of Cups is always usually the person, the pinnacle of it all. And so it's really saying to you that something in your life feels unbalanced due to emotions. So it could be a relationship, which could be work, career, love, romance, it could be really anything. And so that's the theme for all the signs. And now the first sign we're going to hit up on is the north. And the north is all around the earth. That's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. All right. So it's all around for you guys is memories. And so there's something that you're trying to connect to in the past and you just can't. It's like you just feel like you didn't have any closure, maybe. That's why justice is showing up. There wasn't closure, and it might have been a love affair or some sort of thing like that. But you have this issue where you're just always trying to find the harmony, but you can't just close it down. And now we're going to pull 3 Lenormand cards on that to see if we can get any more information on why. Why can't you get the closure that you're looking for? All right. All right. So cloud. Yeah. Isn't that funny? So it's telling you that there's a lot of confusion. And you know what's interesting about this card? At the very top here is a King of Clubs. So it's around your passions and desires, but then below you have the King of Cups. So it's really bothering you. So it's highly emotional. It's also messing you up on the passion side, your desires. So it's even kind of hurting you and stopping you from moving forward the way that you would like to, right? So, okay, that's interesting too. So it's kind of telling you that with the book. So it means that there was something that was kind of not disclosed, right? So with these feelings that you had, there was something that wasn't disclosed that left you in a state of confusion. But then if you can finally come over it, then by using your intuition, the moon, you then have clarity, right? And so in Lenormand, the moon's a weird card. It's not like in tarot where it's about fear, anxiety. It's more like recognition, right? Something like that. But I guess you can read it however you see fit. And for me, I'm feeling like, because it's 32, it's a 5, if you can come over the confusion about it or get closure on it, then you can be free and you can be renowned. You can have that good tidings. You can have that closure you've been seeking. And so that's what I'm feeling for all the earth signs out there. And that is the Capricorn, the Tauruses, and the Virgos. Now, the next sign we're going to hit up on is here. We're going to go to air. And the air are the swords in tarot. And that maps to Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And for you all, it's around the 7 of swords. So it feels like to me that you want justice because somebody stole from you. They basically stole your emotions. They pulled a fast one on you. And because of that, you just feel completely out of sort and you feel drained. You feel lost. You feel like they got one over on you. But you know what? It doesn't work that way because this is karmic justice. So what comes around goes around. So they're going to get back everything that they dealt out. So don't worry about it. It's going to come back to them. And that's why you feel like it won't, because your emotions are so high right now, running so fast that you feel like it isn't going to work out, but it is going to work out. So the 7's all around assessing something. So long as you can step back and analyze it for what it is, that they're on the wrong and you're not, that 5 becomes free for you because 2, you're deciding to let it go. As long as you can decide to let it go, the things are just going to work out just fine. All right. So that's what we have for the air signs. Now we're going to pull 3 Lenormand cards here as well to see if we can dive a little bit deeper. Okay. And here we got the Clover. See, a little bit of good luck is coming your way. So you're going to get resolution because things are going to go into your favor. That's the theme. And then the Tower. So the isolation that you're feeling is going to break free because the people who did it are going to be caught. They're mice, right? They're rats. They're scumbags. And so that's a 23 also, which is a 5. And so the 5 means that you become free because with a little bit of luck, you can then not have to deal with them anymore. Basically, how do they say that they always eat themselves? They eat their own, right? And so these people who are shady in the way they do business or shady in the way they treat you, they always eat their own. They always expose themselves. So it looks like you're going to break free. Your mind's going to clear. You're going to come out of isolation with a little bit of luck, right? You're going to have a little bit of luck there, a little bit of trust in the universe. And then all that toxic energy you're feeling with, the mice that's eating away at you, is going to finally clear because you have the Tower, which is you feeling alone because of all the corruption that they've been doing to you. But you're going to break through that with a little bit of luck, the Clover. And what's funny too with the Clover, see, it's a 2, it's around decisions that you make. But when they used to plant the Clover, the reason why it's called luck is because if it grew, then their cattle back in the day would be prosperous. And because it was prosperous, then they had good fortune, good luck, right? That's what's heading your way, all right? Now we're going to move down into the fire signs, and this is going to be your Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, all right? And so why do you feel out of balance? Because now, see, I'm reading this card here more negative than positive, more of the shadow side. And the way I'm seeing the sun is that you feel out of sorts emotion because you want it right now. You want the happiness to be right now, but you got to wait a little bit. So even though it's not reversed, see, that's one thing too about tarot is that positions are important because they help ground something. But because the things around emotional blockage, as you can see there, right? And then you have the Justice card right here. And then you have the Sun coming on top. These are soul cards as well because Major Arcana is telling you that you get what you need, but it ain't going to happen right now. You just got to wait it out. And that's a 19. So it's a cycle, a 1 and a 9. And a 9 means an attainment. But when you think about the 9 of Pentacles, which is manifested in the world, there's a little snell at the bottom of the card. What tells you is that it's not a race, it's a marathon. You're in it for the long haul. So this relationship that you're dealing with, that you're feeling a little bit out of whack on, it's going to be okay, but you got to just let it run its course. You got to let it build. You're not going to get it right now because fire wants to move like that, and it's just not going to happen. So that's kind of how I'm feeling it for the fire signs out there, and that is the Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius. Now we're going to pull 3 Lenormand cards here as well for a little bit of a deeper dive on this. All right, so what we got? House. Yeah, so it's like you want stability. You want stability. You want to have just happiness, right? You want to be happy. So you want that balance in your home, it seems like. And so it seems to me that because you're dealing with the emotional, kind of you're feeling out of sorts emotionally, and that you feel that things are out of balance, right? Is because it's almost like there's some just childish antics going on, and it's all around gossiping, the garden. And so you have to basically close your door to that. Don't allow that to go into the public. So whatever goes on behind closed doors, keep it there. You don't need to spread rumors. You don't need to act childish because, with Leo, that fire energy, you can get pretty heated sometimes and you could maybe talk to other people. Don't do that. Hold it back, right? Hold back your feelings and just focus on the house, right? Your home. That could be your place of business, your career, whatever, but it's the people that you're involved with, and just don't get childish and don't go gossiping. That's the message I'm picking up for you, Leos, for you fire signs. And again, that is the Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius. And if you are liking this type of a reading for the zodiac signs, let me know and I'll bring them back. I stopped doing it because everybody was doing, every zodiac sign, all 12. I'm thinking to myself, I don't really want to do that. But if you like this format or would like me to do it, I'll do it. Drop the comment and let me know. Now we're going to wrap this up. Well, not wrap it up completely, but we're going to roll this here on the water signs. And this is going to be around the Cancers, the Scorpios, and the Pisces. And we have temperance, balance. That's interesting. So that's wild because you have the Justice, which is kind of like karmic, where you're trying to get things kind of back in sorts because you feel like you've been emotionally maybe manipulated. And now you want to have a little bit of peace. You want to bring things back into moderation so it's not so rocky. And so for you, Scorpio and Cancer and Pisces, you got to look at things a little differently, right? So stop looking at the negative all the time and try to find the positive. So you have to be moderation on everything. The sun is rising right there. The sun is rising. It's a lot to come up, right? Not everything is in the shadows. So I know sometimes we can go to that dark energy with these signs, but we don't want to do that right now. We want to kind of lift ourselves up and just believe and have the faith and things are going to be just fine, right? Stop looking at the negative. Find moderation in this balance you're seeking. It ain't going to go scorched earth, right? Just chill it. Now we're going to pull 3 Lenormand cards as well and see what it says for us. Okay. Also, another question for y'all as I'm doing the cards here. I don't like to have a lot of filler in my reading. I like to be pretty quick, precise, and just hit it. If you like that too, let me know, because I feel like a lot of times people just talk to talk and add in filler words just to draw out watch time. I don't want to do that. If I can pick up on the hit in 3 minutes or a minute, so be it. It's the same thing. Whether it's 1 or 10, you're getting the same message. And so if you prefer the way I read like this, let me know. If you want me to go a little deeper, I can. Like maybe dive more into numerology or something like that. And I do on my single videos if you've seen. All right, so what we got, center cards right here. Challenges. So yeah, that's true. Because you have to moderate things and you don't really want to because you want karmic justice right now, then that brings you into the mountains. It brings you into turmoil. 21. You have to decide what it's worth to you. The one, right? That thing that you want to fix, what's it worth to you? Is it worth communicating the 3? Is it worth not wanting it right now? Is it worth doing it in moderation, maybe little bits at a time to fix it? That's your call. But it looks like you need to do that. Because if not, then there will be a change. And the change is the ship. So the ship is moving into the challenges. So as you try to find the moderation, it's going to be a little bit rocky because your watery signs, you're kind of moving with things and you're feeling like you want it justice right kind of now. Kind of like Leo, I'm feeling the same kind of vibe, but you can't because you got to be mature in your emotions. You can't be watery. So just let the change, the movement happen. Accept the challenges before you. Don't blow it up. And then you're going to have some stability when you get there. And again, that's a 5. You notice how almost every sign today had 5s in them? Almost every single one of them. Because the energy is the same. 32 up here for the moon is a 5. You have the 23 for the mice is a 5. You have 13, 4, nope, not the 5 down here, but you have 4s, which is instability or stability, and you have a 2, decisions need to be made. And then here you have another 5, which I think is kind of interesting. And so just really let the ship take you where it needs to, let the change occur, let the movement happen. So there's going to be some type of a shift in the relationship. And then when you hit the challenges, try to approach them in moderation. Just don't go hot or cold. Go in moderation, and you're going to be very stable with that other. So it's positive, right? Even though it's a 5, little contention, it's going to turn out just actually really good. So keep that in mind. So now we're going to do, what do I want to do here? I want to look at the energy. So when you do an element spread, like the 4 elements I did here, you can look at it as well that in the northern card, which is all around the earth signs, right? They have water, which tells you that emotionally you're out of balance, right? And so you got to pull that back in. So you got to kind of work on the emotions to pull that energy back in so you can get to your pentacles, right? To your stability, to your root sign. Air is the swords, and you land on that. So you're not really out of balance, but you are feeling cheated, right? You feel like people are being deceptive. So that's okay, right? At least you're in your element, which is a good thing, but you got to kind of get out of your head as well, because this is a sword, intellect, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? And when you think about too, when you look at people who are of the earth signs, that would be the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, they can kind of bring you some challenges. So just be leery of that. If the person here is one of those signs, that can be the problem. Because usually when you think about north and east, those energies sometimes can be conflicting, right? Earth and air. And then when you think about with air and fire, so that would be your Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius working with the air signs, that can also help and show they can work together a little bit. So just keep that in mind. You have friends around that sign, that could be a good thing for you right now. And then when you look at it from this way here, which is the fire and the water, well, fire and water can balance each other out. So that could be negative or positive depending. But like if you have a relationship and you have a water and a fire sign together and you're seeing temperance here and you're seeing the sun here, it's kind of showing you that you got to balance it and things will be okay, because water cools fire and fire warms up water, so it keeps it nice and balanced. That's a good thing, right? And then here you have the fire and the earth, and that also can help at times as well, because without earth you can't have water. This is a water sign, so because water embodies the earth, and so these two signs can also help each other out as well. So just think about that. So you're looking for moderation and you're trying to bring back some memories. Maybe they don't worry about the closure. Maybe saying like, this the sign is the one that's kind of working with you on that there. Just let it be whatever it is. Just roll with it, right? And just let the secrets come out, be in moderation, or let the book open in a calm manner, right? Let the confusion lift so you can finally be happy in a sense, right? And then you can move over the challenges and have that stability you're kind of seeking. But that's only if you have the water and north kind of working together, the water and the earth, okay? Now what we're going to do, it's kind of hard. I've never done that before with different signs. Usually when you're dealing with like an element spread like this and you're kind of comparing the different signs like that, it's one person, because you're going like, air and fire together. It's not even about a sign per se. It's more about just air and fire element within you as a person. That can be good or it can be combustion, right? Just something that explodes. And then water, the card would land in water and the one that would land in fire can simmer things down, what energy you want to look at. So I didn't read it like that. I'm kind of reading it a little differently. So I was like, I'd try it and see how it goes. And it seems I don't know if I'm ever going to do that again, where I'm reading the cards like with the position as far as like northeast, air, earth, air, fire, and so forth. But now we're going to go ahead and pull I ram a little bit. It's just popped in my head, right? And so we're now going to pull oracle cards from the Moonology deck. And then for the earth signs, it's telling you confidence is your key to success. So all you Capricorns, Taurus, and Virgo, just remember, confidence is your key to success. So don't worry about the problems. Don't worry about the closure, because have confidence in who you are, believe in yourself, and guess what? That's the key to your success. All right. And then for the mind, the air signs, the Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis, step out of your comfort zone. So even though you may feel cheated because you're in your mind a lot, don't worry about it. Step out of it this time. Sometimes just try something different. Just let it go. Don't dwell on it. That's what I'm kind of feeling there. The fire signs, where you're talking about the Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius, it says your hard work is paying off. So if you're working in a relationship or in your career or something like that, just remember the sun's coming, but just let it happen slowly. You don't have to have it right now. Just wait, because the hard work you're putting into something is going to pay off no matter what it is. And then we're going to wrap this up with the water signs. So that's going to be the Scorpios, you can see on the card, the Cancers, and the Pisces. And it says it's time to release negativity. And what's so funny about that, right? The balance, moderation, challenge, overcoming. That's exactly what the card says. So the reason why I'm showing you is because when you're reading cards, they're never random. It's actually showing you the energy, the message you need to see right now. It always does that. That's just the way it works. Should I pull anything else? No, I think that's it for now. So what I'd like to know, if you enjoyed this, if this resonated, let me know. Drop in the comments below. I know we're kind of all over the place, but if I do this again, I'm just going to focus on the different positions, but not how they relate to one another. And I'll use the Tarot and Lenormand if you like that, as well as the Oracle cards if you like that. Again, let me know your thoughts, because without you, this channel won't exist. And so I want to make sure that you're getting out of this what you need or what you would like to see or see more of. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Until next time, I want to see you all in my next video. All right. Bye, everybody.